The world thrives on illusions. Forced smiles, hollow routines, and blind conformity. Most people drift through life without questioning the patterns that control them. But not Sigma. He sees beyond the superficial. He doesn't waste time on distractions crafted to keep the masses subdued. Sigma lives by his own rules, a philosophy rooted in clarity, intention, and freedom. While others chase superficial approval, Sigma creates. While they gossip, he listens. While they follow the crowd, he carves his own path. His approach isn't born out of rebellion, but out of a deep understanding of what truly matters. Sigma's life isn't driven by external validation, but by a relentless pursuit of purpose, meaning, and self-mastery. Here's the unapologetic truth about 9 things Sigma finds utterly meaningless, and why most people remain too conditioned to recognize it. 1. Social media, the digital trap that steals your life. The endless scroll, the constant notifications, the curated feeds. It's a cycle of manufactured satisfaction designed to keep people addicted. Millions chase followers and likes, crafting highlight reels of their lives to impress strangers online. But beneath the surface of this digital frenzy lies a deeper truth. Social media doesn't just waste time, it reshapes how people view themselves and their lives. Sigma doesn't engage in the performance. He doesn't measure his worth through a screen. No photos of his meals, no posts for validation, no stage moments. Real confidence comes from within, not from a comment section. Think about it. When your life ends, no one will care about your follower count. What will matter is what you built, the impact you made, and the lives you touched in meaningful ways. Social media promises connection, but often delivers emptiness. It encourages comparison, envy, and distraction, pulling people away from what truly matters. The statistics are staggering. The average person spends 2.5 hours daily on social media. That's nearly 38 days a year lost to mindless scrolling. For what? To argue with strangers? To compare your unpolished life to someone else's carefully curated highlights? Sigma chose differently. He invests his time in honing skills, building wealth, and creating something real. While others chase fleeting digital popularity, he focuses on what endures. But Sigma's approach isn't about rejecting technology entirely. He understands its potential as a tool, but refuses to let it become a master. When he uses social platforms, it's with purpose: to learn, to network strategically, or to share insights that matter. He's a creator, not a consumer, and that distinction makes all the difference. Imagine what you could achieve if you reclaimed those 38 days each year. Instead of scrolling, you could master a new skill, launch a business, or deepen relationships with the people who truly matter. Sigma sees the opportunity cost of mindless scrolling and chooses wisely. He knows that real fulfillment comes from action, not consumption. 2. Small talk, the noise that fills the void. How's the weather? Busy day at work. Time sure flies, doesn't it? These empty phrases serve no purpose beyond avoiding silence. Sigma doesn't waste energy on shallow exchanges. If he speaks, it's with intention, not to fill the quiet. For him, every word carries weight. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn, to connect meaningfully, or to share something of value. Most conversations are autopilot routines, words without depth or direction. Sigma values meaningful dialogue over meaningless chatter. He knows that true strength lies in understanding when silence says more than words. Consider this. The average office worker spends 4.5 hours per week on trivial small talk. That's nearly 10 full days a year consumed by superficial interactions. Sigma opts for substance over noise. He speaks to learn and connect, not to fill the air. While others engage in hollow conversations, he conserves his focus for what matters. But rejecting small talk doesn't mean Sigma isolates himself. On the contrary, he's highly intentional about the relationships he cultivates. When he engages, it's with purpose. He asks thought-provoking questions, listens deeply, and responds with insight. His interactions leave an impression not because they're frequent, but because they're impactful. Imagine replacing 10 days of small talk with meaningful connections. How much richer would your relationships be? How much more could you learn, grow, and contribute? Sigma lives this truth every day, and it's a key part of what sets him apart. 3. Political correctness, the fear that silences. Truth. In today's world, people walk on eggshells, terrified of offending anyone. Words are censored, debates stifled, and individuals vilified for speaking their minds. The result? A society where fear stifles truth, creativity, and progress. Sigma doesn't conform to the pressure of appeasing fragile egos. He values honesty and truth, even when it's uncomfortable. To him, real dialogue and progress require facing reality, not avoiding it. Political correctness often masquerades as kindness, but serves as a tool of control. It suppresses free thought and creativity, turning society into a bland, sanitized version of itself. Sigma rejects this notion. He speaks openly, unapologetically, and without fear of judgment. But his approach isn't about being deliberately provocative. It's about valuing truth over convenience. He's not afraid to challenge ideas, question norms, or express dissenting opinions. For Sigma, freedom of thought isn't just a right, it's a responsibility. 4. Corporate loyalty, a myth that serves the powerful. Work hard and you'll be rewarded. It's a promise many believe but few ever see fulfilled. Companies prioritize profit over people, treating employees as interchangeable parts in a machine. Sigma isn't deceived by corporate rhetoric. He doesn't attend hollow team-building events, wear branded merchandise, or strive for empty promotions. Instead, he uses his job as a stepping stone to achieve his own goals, not someone else's bottom line. The reality? Most companies preach loyalty but rarely reciprocate it. Sigma understands that real loyalty should be earned, not blindly given. He channels his energy into building something of his own, ensuring his success isn't at the mercy of someone else's decisions. Consider the statistics. The average employee changes jobs every 4.1 years, yet companies expect unwavering dedication. Sigma sees through this hypocrisy. He knows that his time and skills are his most valuable assets, and he uses them strategically to further his own ambitions. 5. Celebrity worship, a distraction from real potential. Millions idolize celebrities, following their every move and investing emotional energy into lives that aren't their own. Memorizing their achievements, debating their drama, it's all a diversion. Sigma respects talent and hard work, not fame for fame's sake. He admires innovators, philosophers, and leaders, people who contribute substance to the world. Celebrity culture, on the other hand, distracts people from their own potential, encouraging them to live vicariously instead of living meaningfully. The average person spends hundreds annually on celebrity-related content, magazines, merchandise, fan subscriptions. Sigma sees this as a waste. Instead, he invests in self-development, learning from timeless thinkers and creators whose contributions have shaped the world. 6. Fake positivity, a shield from reality. Everything happens for a reason. Stay positive. These phrases sound encouraging, but often serve as an escape from facing life's challenges head-on. Sigma doesn't hide behind hollow optimism. He embraces life's struggles, knowing that growth comes from adversity, not avoidance. The self-help industry thrives on selling dreams and superficial motivation, yet most of these promises lead nowhere. Sigma focuses on real solutions and meaningful progress, not feel-good slogans that mask reality. 7. Consumerism, the never-ending chase for more. Advertising thrives on convincing people they're incomplete without the latest product. It fuels a cycle of spending, debt, and dissatisfaction. Sigma sees through the facade. He doesn't measure success through possessions. Instead, he prioritizes investments that bring freedom, stability, and long-term value. While others chase fleeting trends, he builds a life of substance. 8. Following trends, the shortcut to losing yourself. From fashion to slang to behaviors, trends push people to conform, keeping them constantly chasing the new. Sigma, however, walks his own path. He chooses what aligns with his values, not what's popular. The fashion industry alone generates trillions by perpetuating insecurity. Sigma doesn't buy into it. He lives by his own standards, embracing authenticity over conformity. On a final note, Society's rules are often designed to maintain control to keep people working, consuming, and obeying without question. Sigma refuses to be a part of that cycle. He follows his own code, free from the constraints of expectations. And that freedom, it's worth everything. Are you ready to live by your own rules?